out. So I'll change the desktop itself. The other two machines are also on. Okay. Now I will choose here the solid core. Once again, all of these settings are completely, they're optional. You don't need to do this. I just do it to work smoothly and to easily to differentiate between the machines, among the machines. So here I'm going to write down power, and I'll wait until see the option for the power, and we'll stop the screen shutting down. Okay. Optional things. So here, power and sleep settings. I'll click on them, and I'll choose never. So never the screen to be shut down. So always to see it. I'll close this. I'll move once again this on the top, the taskbar, so you guys to be able to see it clearly. Oops, sorry. I need to lock this thing. And our server manager just started actually. So I need to change the name. Remember, I'll go to the local server here. I would change the name. I would actually implement also the, well, it's implemented actually already. It is when the guest edition has been implemented on the source machine, which I cloned. So it's actually cloned everywhere. So the name is source here. I need to change it. I'm gonna change. Let's check after actually if it's changed here, or I forgot to change it on this one too. Let's check this one too. So even though they're not on the same network, I would like the, yeah, you see the names is the source everywhere. So I need to change it. And here it is also. So I'm gonna change for server 1. I just click on source where it says. I'll click change, and I'll change the computer to server 1. Okay. And I will be prompted to reboot, and I'm gonna reboot. I'll do the same for this one. This one will be called server 2. There it is. And I will reboot when prompted. Okay. And while they're rebooting, I will fix the third machine. And finally, I will reboot it as well, because the name is different. And I mean, when you change the name, it will prompt you to reboot. And now we're gonna configure this one too. So the firewall, it's stopped already. Remote desktop is enabled. Everything is done. The IP version address for now, it says DHCP. For now, we're gonna change it. Okay, we're gonna use static IP address, and it will be basically 10.0.0.2 address. So to be able to connect to the second to the server 2, to be able to be connected. So I just click twice on this when it appears. Exactly the same like for the other ones. I'll do properties. And on the properties, I will go, I will uncheck the version 6 of IP version, and I will open the IP version 4. And I'll choose the IP address of 10.0.0.2. That's the last one. I will put the subnet mask as usual, 24 or 255, 255, 255.0. I'll put the default gateway here because, you know, if I would like to get to internet, I would go to 10.0.0.1. 10.0.0.1. DNS for now, we're going to skip it. We need to put it after this, but for now, we're going to skip it. I'll click OK. I'll click OK. I'll close this. I'll close it here. I could even refresh here on the top, this small circle with the arrows inside will refresh whatever you do, and it will change it. Now I see the IP address I just configure. And if I open the command prompt here, if I write down cmd for the command prompt, starting the server 2 as well, I might click here and do escape, and yeah. So I just click on the command prompt, and I will pin it to my desktop, to my taskbar. As you see, sometimes it's very slow when it's opening. So from the taskbar, it will work faster, I guess. So I will pin this to the right click, and I will choose pin to the taskbar, so to stay all the time here. Now it's pinned there, and I could start using it. So now I could ping the server 2 from here. So I'll ping 10.0.0.1, and let's see. Let's ping from the server 2 server 1. So ping 10.0.0.2. Okay, maybe there is something. Okay, my adapter on my client machine is not int1 or int2 actually. It's not network, so it's connected to completely different switch. So it's on a different network at the moment. That's why if I would like to do something, well, I need to have a router between them. They're not directly connected as they're supposed to. So now, when you have this problem, it's a good that is happening here. I'm going to record it now. When you have this type of problem, you just forget to change the interface. Now, don't do it right away. Okay, it's a good idea first, you guys, to stop the interface itself from here. So what you do, you come right-click on the small icon of the computer, which is for the network. Go open Network and Sharing Center. By the way, on that side, if I would like to see how I'm gonna be able to connect both, I could do like this. So CLS, if you remember, guys, is to clear the scroll back, clear the screen. That's what it means, CLS. And if I do like this, if I do ping, well, I could repeat the last command with up arrow, and the last two commands actually with second thing. Here it is. Now, if I do after this -T, that means ping indefinitely. So now it will start pinging all the time. It won't stop. I would stop it when I do Control-C. When you are in Linux, the default behavior is just opposite. When you do ping something, it will start pinging indefinitely. Okay, so that's how they design the system. You see, this one now will ping all the time. So basically, what you need to do on the client, as we mentioned, you need to come to change adapter setting where it says, and you need to stop the adapter for a while. So when you change the network, the adapter is supposed to be stopped. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to say disable. Now it will become blur. It will be there, but it won't be available anymore. Okay, so there will be no network adapter anymore. Here it is. Then it says disable. Now I'm going to go to the machine settings, and now I'm going to go to the networks, and I'm going to change the adapter here. Okay, I'll choose the internal network, and I'm going to choose the int2, right? That's what I need to be on this network there, right? And I'm going to say, okay, now sometimes the VirtualBox, guys, you know, it's an open source, it's a free thing. Sometimes, not very often, but it might not start working anyway. So what you need to do is just to create new clone and to start working. Unfortunately, that's what it is. It's a free software, you know, it's happening. Now I'm going to right click enable. It will enable it. If everything is okay, I'm going to see the message for the network. Okay, or I might see here the ping to propagate. Okay, that's another thing, because everything is properly set it up. You see now it says an unidentified network. Let's check this one. Let's go to the machine, the settings. Let's go to the network, and let's see the adapter too. Well, it's on wherever it's supposed to. So let's check this one too. Network, well, that's the good one. So if it doesn't work, the last thing what I could try here is just to reboot the machine. I will reboot the machine and I will see if it will be working after this. And if it doesn't, unfortunately, I would need to just to create the machine again. It's happening. Let me reboot now. The routing function, you need to be on the server manager and the dashboard. Okay, you see there are something which says here add roles and features. The server, we need to click on add roles and features. Okay, then we need to say a role-based, wherever it's giving us as an initial screen, we're just gonna click next on it. Basically here, just do next one as well. And then we need to find out wherever it says remote access, this one, the checkbox. So these are all the roles, okay? These are all roles available. During our different courses, we're gonna go through most of them, okay? Today, we're gonna, and to the end of the course, we're gonna use DHCP, DNS, and today we're gonna start with the routing. As you see, the file and storage services, they're already there. By default, it's a file server, okay? But once again, for this, you're gonna emphasize when you start with the server course as well. So I'm gonna choose the remote access. Okay, I just click here on the checkbox to check it. Okay, these features will support the role we just chosen. We click next on it. We do next. Now we have the routing here, as you see. Well, we need to click on routing. When we click it, actually it will choose the direct access and VPN as well, because the both are going together. So I'll click routing. I will add the features which are needed. And now I'm going to see direct access and the routing, both of there. So don't bother about this. Leave it like it is. And do next. Do next. So as you see, it's actually next. Now, together with this function, a web server will be installed automatically. And I'm going to show it to you how you guys to check it afterwards. It's almost immediately after the installation. So the web server actually is part of one of your exercises. So basically, you're installing the web server as well with the routing function. So you do next. And it's always a good idea to click restart the destination server automatically if required. So click this one and confirm it with clicking on yes. And then click install. So if the server needs to be rebooted, it will do this automatically, okay? And sometimes it needs to be rebooted. So it's a good idea you to leave the server to do everything automatically and to check the bug. While we're waiting this to be done, we could do the same on this server. Okay, we open this one. We do dashboard, add roles and features. Everything is the same like before. The default one we choose, just click on next. For some of you, might be an initial screen which explains what will happen to appear. There is a small checkbox which says, don't bother me again the next time you start. Check this box, you don't need this one. Now you see this guy shows, okay, it shows 2 IP addresses and one of the IP addresses is not in a good state. Let's see what's going on. So I'll start the wizard again. Now I have the proper IP addresses here. I'll do next. I'll choose again the remote access function. It's now there. We just do next. The same thing. We just confirm with next. Here we choose routing and both will be chosen. The direct access and VPN and the routing itself. We do next again. We just choose everything what is proposed to us. We do next again. And we click on restart destination and confirm with yes, and then click install. And whatever's happening on that side will happen on the server too as well. Okay. So after fixing the problems with the connectivity on the level of the virtual box, now the ping is propagated. And if I open on the client one as well, for sure I'm gonna see the pinging getting there. So I'll click here. Well, now I see the network. I will confirm. When you see a network like this, you just confirm it. And I'll click cancel on this one. As you see, the features has been installed. Actually, the routing function has been installed. So, and I could click close. It says feature installation, configuration required. You see, I could skip closing it, and there is a hyperlink here. How I know it's a hyperlink? The text is blue. And when I hover over it, I see the line below. So I could click on this one, but it's better to do close. And now any role which I install, I have access from the tools menu after this. Click on the tools menu, and the routing function will be here, routing and remote access where it says. Okay, I'll open it. And it will open here. Now on that side, I will open the CMD as well. That's my client machine, the last one. And I could ping. Let's do now ping 10.0.0.1. Now there is no any more problem. Okay, so I'm pinging. Now let's ping 10.0.1.2, which is the next hop. Okay, the next interface after on the S2. You see it, 10.0.1.2. So let's ping from here, ping 10.0.1.2. Well, why it's not pingable? There are two reasons. One, so as I mentioned, I get to tools. Let me do it again. Once you install a role, it will appear in the tools menu. You click on the tools and you find it. It's routing and remote access. That's how we call this role. We click it, it's open it. And now you see it's the server one, that's the name of my computer here. It shows something here, but you see there is a small red sign here. I don't know how well we see it, but it's red, which means it's not on. So I need to right click on it, and I need to say configure and enable routing and remote access. So I need to click on this. I'll do next. Now I will do custom configuration here. Okay, I'll do next. And now there are several choices I could configure. For now, I'm just gonna choose only LAN routing. That's what I'm gonna choose only. I'll do next, and I'll do finish. And now it will start configuring it itself. I mean, we started, and we need to click on the start service button. And it's starting the service, and we expect here this small red arrow to become a green, which means the service will be on. Here it is. And now I'm able, when I click on this drop down, I'm able to see some additional features here. So I could click now on the IP version 4 where it says, and it says static routes. Okay, so I'll click on the static routes, and now I could start putting some static routes here. So right click and I'll do new static route. Okay, now I need to say which interface I want to implement this static route on. Now, this interface is called internet, remember. This interface is called int1. It shows it here. You see it says interface int1. If I click on the drop-down menu, I'm going to see the internet as well. You see, it shows both of my interfaces. That's why I renamed them. Now I see which one is which one. So do I need to configure something on that side? No, because it's directly connected, and it gets the network gateway, it knows everything. Do I need to configure something for this one? To this one, from perspective of this one, do I need to configure something? No, it's directly connected. The only thing which I need to configure is this one. It needs to learn about this network. Okay, it needs to know about this network. So all I need to do here, because once again, that's interface one, int1. I'm going to choose int1 there. Okay, I will choose int1. The destination, you always put the network, not a particular IP address. You put the network address, which is 10.0.0.0. So 10.0.0.0. The network mask, we know, 255, 255, 255, 0. And the gateway, what is my gateway on that direction? 10.0.1.2. So 10.0.1.2. We'll click OK on this. And this is the static route we created. So after pinging the both directly connected interfaces, there is a connectivity. The next thing we need to do is to start the routing. So let's just ping before this. So let's ping now from server 2, where I am at the moment. Let's ping the 10.02.28, I guess. Let me see what was exactly my IP address here. I'll do IP config. So my address is 10.28, exactly what I put it there. Okay, let's try to ping from this interface. Let's try to ping 10.0.2.28. Now, why I'm pinging it? Why? What I did here, guys? Why? Will be the default gateway for server 1. So ping 10.0.2.1. Now, it doesn't know about it. It doesn't know how to get there. Okay, let's try and let's do here the route. So I'll go tools. I'll go routing and remote access. I'll do exactly the same as for router 1. I'll right click on source and I'll do configure and enable routing and remote access. I'll do next on the wizard. I'll choose the custom configuration at the bottom, exactly the same thing. I'll choose one routing, do next, and I'll do finish. It's complaining the service is there, okay, and it's green as you see. And if I click now on the drop down here, I'm gonna see. And I could do on the IP version 4, actually I could go to static routes, right click inside and use static route. Okay, by the way, if I right click and do show IP routing table, I could see the routing table from here as well. Okay, I show it to you as a command on the command prompt. Route, it was the route print, route empty space print, and it's printing the same thing. Okay, now let's do right click, new static route, and we said, now in that case, we are on the server 2. Okay, and we are on the interface 1 at the moment. We would like to get to this network, right? So that's the interface 1 on the server 2 is interface 1. So we need to get there. So we need to teach this router about the network. So interface 1, as you see, I have here interface 2 as well, but I'm not going to use it now. I don't need anything there. The destination network will be 10.0.2.0. The network mask is 255, 255, 255, and 0. And the gateway will be, well, I'm on S2 going to the internet. What will be my my gateway? 10.0.2. Exactly, 10.0.1.1. And we do OK. Okay. So let's try to ping again what we pinged the last, which we have here the timeout, 10.0.2.1. Let's ping it again. I'll do CLS. And let's ping again the last one. Now, we're still not able to ping. As a recall, just to recall what we've done up to now. We created the server 1. This is the one. We did some settings visual to have it visually different than the other ones. We statically set it up. We statically set it up the IP address. So right click on this small icon, open network and sharing center. First we change, when we go change adapter setting, we change the name of the adapter so we to recognize which one is which one. Internet 1, we left it with whatever it was there because it was connected to our NAT network interface, which is providing us with internet. And int 1, we click twice, properties, we check out the IP version 6. I told you, you don't need it. It's optional, but you don't need it. And then IP version 4, we put it wherever is on our schema, we put it manually. Now, as you see, there is no default gateway and there is no DNS server for now. Okay, there will be after this. We did the same. We did the same for server 2. For server 2, we did the same thing. Just we configured our interfaces a little bit differently. Well, actually, the one which is facing the int1, we configure it on the same network, the same way. So we stop the IP version 6 and IP version 4. We put just a different IP address, you know. When we want to connect something, the IP address is supposed to be different. And the same thing. Here it is, the subnet mask, no default gateway, and no DNS servers yet. The other interface, similar way, just we created it with different IP address from different network because it's on a different network, right? This one. And after this, on the server 3, we did the same thing, which actually not server 3, we call it client. Okay, we have only one interface there as per the schema. Okay, and this interface, we exactly the same way we did it. So here it is, IP version 4. Well, we put a default gateway because it's facing the internet. That's why we did everything. Every interface which faces the internet, we put a default gateway there. Okay. Now, the next thing, because we were able to ping the directly connected computers, but we weren't able to ping the next networks. So we started teaching our routers, our computers, to teach which network also exists. And the first one was on the server 1. We implemented the server role, and afterwards on the server role, on the IP version 4 part, we generated static route, and we show how from server 1, from its interface 10.0.1.1, we could get to this network, 10.0.0.0. As soon as we did this, the computer started to ping each other because now all of them, they knew about this routing path. Okay? Now, the next thing we did was on the server 2, we did the static route either. So on the server 2, here it is. Now, let me remove this static route. So I'm going to just click on it and I will delete it. I will delete the static route. Let's see now what's going on again. So let's try from server 1. So I'll do CLS. Let's now try to ping. First we ping 8.8.8.8, which is one of the public IP addresses. It's pingable. Okay, let's ping now. So that's server 1. I'm pinging first the internet by IP address on. Then if I would like to ping from this one, the next possible, which is 10.0.1.10.0.1.2. I'm going to be able to ping it right away because it's directly connected. Here it is. Now, if I ping the next one, which is 10.0.0.1, I will be able to ping it because we taught the router, right? We taught about this network. So it knows now. No problem. I'm able to ping. So actually, I'm able to ping even the 2 because it knows about this network either. Well, it's the same network like the previous. So actually, from my server 1 now, I could ping by IP address wherever I want, right? I'm pinging all the computers and the internet by IP addresses. Well, here I could ping also the Google by name because it has a DNS server there put it. If I do ipconfig now, Here it is. I have a DNS server, and this DNS server resolves the name for me. Okay, we're gonna speak about the DNS servers right after this thing. So that's from server 1. It's now ready. It has everything. Now let's check server 2. Let's ping from server 2, which is 10.0.1.2 at the moment. Let's ping 10.0.1.1. There will be no problem because they're directly connected. Here it is. Now, let's ping 10.0.2.28. Oops. Need to say ping. Okay. Now it doesn't know because I deleted the route. Remember, there is no route. So let's try on the other direction. Okay. Let's now from server 2, let's ping 10.0.1. I'm sorry, 10.0.0.2. So let's ping 10.0.0.2. There will be no problem because they are directly connected. Okay. So as you see, guys, we have problem this server to ping the next one, right? So what we need to do in that case is just to implement the route. Before this though, let's check this one too before doing this. So that's my client, the last computer. So let's ping first 10.0.0.1. They're directly connected. They will be pingable, no problem. Now let's ping 10.0.1.2. Now, because we implemented already part of the route, okay, it's pingable. Okay, so let's ping now 1.1, the next one. Same thing, because it's in the same network like the previous one. Now, if I try to ping the 28, the answer will be like before, like on the server 2, because it doesn't know. Here it is. It's not reachable. Okay, so from server 3, from client 3 and from server 2, I cannot ping after server 1. So I cannot ping neither the 10.0.2.28. For sure, I cannot ping the 10.0.2.1 as well. I cannot ping them because it doesn't know. So to resolve this issue, we need on the server 2 to do whatever we did before. So we're gonna do it, right, static route we go, right click, new static route, and we set interface 1. The destination will be 10.0.2.0. The net mask is 255, 255, 255.0, and the gateway will be 10.0.1.1. Okay, we do okay. And now let's try first from the server, from this one to ping the last thing, which is 10.0.0.2. Let's try. Before this, there was error there. Now, you see, guys, it's pingable now. So we resolved the issue. And if I try from server, from client 1, the one which I didn't, well, it's resolved as well. Okay? Now, if I try to ping here the 10.0.2.1, I still won't be able to do it. And we said there is a particular reason for this. There is the NAT missing, the network address translation is missing. So that's why we cannot do anything. And if I do this from the server 2, will be the same. There is something more which we cannot do at the moment. So 10.0.2.1 won't be pingable from here as well. This one we're gonna do further. Okay, that's because we miss our network address translation here. We need to do it, but we'll do it logically a little bit further because that's how our classes goes. Okay, so that's that's what's going on. If I ping even further 8.8.8, obviously it won't go further because it doesn't get to 10.021. Well, 8.8.8.8 is here. So if it cannot get here, obviously cannot get here either. Right? Just to be sure. Okay. The 8.8.8 didn't propagate. If I try it from server 2, the same thing will be. So ping 8.8.8.8, same thing. Okay.